So Mike, why are we doing this comparison? The Kia Seltos just won our 11 vehicle mega SUV comparison, link in the description, so why rehash the same thing?
Well, Kyle, it's to show that these two SUVs approach the segment in the same way. They're the more conservatively styled premium small SUVs that care about rear seat passengers and cargo almost as much as those up front.
Yeah, you know what, now that you say it, I do think that the Taos does some things better than the Seltos. So how about I take the Volkswagen and you take the Kia?
Sounds good. We'll get you back to the SUV head-to-head in a second, but let's take a moment to talk about protecting your vehicle. Custom made for an exact fit, WeatherTech offers complete protection for your vehicle's interior, especially ones like these. There's the original WeatherTech floor liner and new floor liner HP made from a more flexible material. Both work with your OE floor mat clips and protect up the side of your footwell, plus the floor liner HP comes with these spikes for even better grip. And let's not forget the cargo liner, which is great to protect your vehicle from everything you might need to throw in the back of your all-new SUV. All WeatherTech products come with a lifetime guarantee. You can order online at weathertech.ca. Shipping is free anywhere in Canada. Or for those who are local, you can visit our retail showroom at 1164 Walker's Line in Burlington and get your order the same day.
The Taos design is pretty standard VW fare. It's either safely handsome or slightly anonymous, depending on your perspective. But hey, at least it pioneered the quasi-light bar front end that the Seltos also pulls off. Now this tester's stormtrooper-like appearance does add some welcome contrast, even though I've gotta say, black wheels are overdone. Just like the exterior, the Taos is all sober German design inside. The dashboard design uses gratuitous amounts of piano black, but it's an area I almost never plan on touching, so it's almost passable. I appreciate the gray soft touch with contrasting blue trim and the storage cubby atop the dash, even if anything you put in there is going to make a racket. I'm a big fan of the Taos' seats too. They're a mix of leatherette, a kinda suede-like material, and cloth, and it makes them very comfortable and also keeps people in place without using oversized bolsters. Both of these vehicles are boxy and upright, which translates into great rear space and plenty of natural light in both rows. The VW has the best back seat in the game though, with acres of legroom, a roof that doesn't close in on passengers' temples, and an enormous panoramic moonroof. It's better than most of the options in the next size up. Just remember that rear seat passengers are going to have to fight over that one USB-C port. Now storage space isn't quite Seltos levels of good, but it is close.
As I mentioned at the start of this video, the Seltos has a very conservative exterior styling, especially when you compare it to some of Kia's other wild SUVs. The shape and overall look is something that should age well, not offend anyone, and just blend nicely into traffic. Inside, it's much the same with a premium yet restrained look. I really like the materials used and the overall style of the dashboard. And hey look, a bunch of actual physical buttons too. Even where lower rent materials have been used, like here and here, Kia has applied a nice finish to make them look more expensive than they really are. The driver sits behind the wheel pretty high up, but I'm 6 feet tall and I still have lots of headroom. Those sitting in the back shouldn't complain much. The side windows are large and provide great outward visibility. Headroom and legroom are plentiful and the armrests are soft and well placed. The only thing the Seltos is missing is a panoramic sunroof to complete the greenhouse experience. Oh, and one more thing. Don't think the space in the rear seat came at the cost of cargo carrying capacity. This might carry the most real-world cargo out of any vehicle in its class. The only thing that comes a close second is, surprise, surprise, the Taos.
The Taos uses a tiny 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder, and with 158 horsepower, it's pretty noticeably down on the Kia to the tune of 37 horsepower. Luckily, the torque figure is nearly the same. The Taos also uses a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, and it plays a give-or-take kind of game with the Kia's 8-speed automatic. On the one hand, the VW's transmission is more responsive, it kicks down a lot quicker, whereas sometimes you have to wait a while in the Kia. On the flip side, around town, the dual-clutch is noticeably jerky, especially if you're trying to move around a parking lot. This engine is capable of near hybrid-like economy in the Jetta, and it's not far off in the Taos. I took the Taos home from our super secret testing spot one night, and it comfortably beat its official rating. Meanwhile, the Seltos is one of the thirstiest options in the class. Its highway fuel economy is on par with the much larger Sorento, which packs an extra 90 horsepower, and an extra row of seats. The Taos is more than just a fuel-sipping engine too. It has a properly grown-up feel, soaking up bumps despite those large 19-inch alloy wheels. Now, I wouldn't exactly call it fun to throw down your local back road, but the Taos is confident and composed should you feel the need. The steering and the brakes are both confidence-inspiring with predictable and consistent weighting.
While Kyle has a measly 1.5 liters of turbo power, I get an enormous 1.6 liters. But seriously, that's almost 40 more horsepower in the Kia. And when it comes to the gear game, I win again as I have 8 speeds compared to his 7. On the road, the engine and transmission work in harmony, producing good amounts of power in nearly any situation. It really is one of the best drivetrains in this segment. In the city, it's also rated higher than the Taos in terms of fuel economy. Let's not talk about highway consumption. The only weak spot for the Seltos is the chassis. Ride comfort's good enough, but it's not as compliant as it is in the Volkswagen, and when it comes to handling, it's another win for the Taos.
Are you a person of taste and thus find VW's current infotainment system a little off-putting? Well, good news, the Taos uses the outgoing system, which is still super easy to use and has actual permanent buttons dotting the sides of the screen. Huzzah! Now, Mike is soon going to tell you about how the Kia has features the VW lacks. And it's true. This is only the mid-level trim, however, and it still gets a few goodies you won't find on the Kia, like dual-zone climate control for starters. I can't forget about the customizable ambient lighting either, or the adaptive headlights. The VW's adaptive cruise control is very natural in execution, but it lacks the fancy GPS augmentation you'll find in the Kia.
Despite the lower as tested price, the Seltos comes with a lot of high-end features, some not even found in the Taos we have here for the comparison. There's a fully powered passenger seat, a head-up display, ventilated front seats, and dual digital dash hidden behind a single screen. There is one thing that's oddly missing though, and that's a dual-zone automatic climate control, which is a bit of a miss. Being the top trim, all the expected safety gear is here, like blind spot warning, forward collision warning and assist, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, driver attention warning, and so on. This particular model also has GPS-based cruise control with stop and go and curve assist. It's not quite a hands-free system, but it's pretty advanced. As I mentioned earlier, this is the fully loaded Seltos SX model, which is still competitively priced. In the United States, with destination charges, it costs $32,655, which undercuts the Taos we have on hand by a little bit. In Canada, the price goes up to about $38,500, and the roles reverse, where the Taos is now a little bit more affordable. But remember, this is the fully loaded model of the Seltos, and that Taos is not quite the top trim. So as I stated in our 11-car comparison, there is no vehicle that's all things for all people. The Seltos does come close, but it might not be the right choice for everyone.
It's true, the Taos does a lot of things well too, and it would make a great choice for people looking for a small, sensible SUV.
Kyle, since when do people buy cars on a purely sensible rationale? Like me, for instance, I'd probably take the Taos over the Seltos. If you asked me why, I probably couldn't give you a real reason.
I mean, I'd do the same, but that kind of begs the question, why are we doing this comparison again?
I guess it's to show that there are two great small premium SUVs that are spacious, comfortable, and full of technology. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.